make myself some breakfast, so
Okay, all right, no problem. Thanks for
I'll
letting
be
me know.
listening, but I'll
Okay,
see you later.
all right, take care. See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, Wayne
All
Stills,
right.
this mic is all yours.
All right, what's up, everyone? How you doing? Some miracles everywhere. Good to be here. Good to be here today. Today is Desire to Love with Oz. How you doing, Ozzy?
Doing
Yeah,
good, Reb Wayne. How are
oh,
you
good.
doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm getting ready for a radical new approach for letting go, and never finding let it last in peace by Corinne Zipko. It's a good one. Usually I start off playing the lesson of the day before we get going. So, what do you think of that? Play today. I usually play the lesson that's being reviewed. I don't just play the review lesson. Uh,
Yeah, I like that.
yeah, so
Sure.
I'll play lesson 197. I won't get into reading back and forth afterwards because then we'll never get to the we'll never get to Corinne's book. But I'll play 197 so everyone can relax, take it easy, and get into the groove of things. And then we'll get going. We won't waste any more time doing anything, and we'll probably end up talking more than we usually end up talking more than we end up anything else. But that's all right. I think that she'd be fine with us discussing the book, not just blowing through it. There's also a lot of exercises which we do. So if you haven't heard the book before, read, or you know nothing about the book, I'd stick around because it's a great book and it has a therapeutic approach. Not that the course shouldn't be approached this way or doesn't it present itself as a therapeutic book, but she dives headfirst into that approach, and I think it's a good approach. So all right, so stick around. I'm gonna play the lesson 197. If you look at the review, that's what lesson is being reviewed, and let me share this. Let me share the sound first. Uh, right there we go. And all right, so 197.
Lesson 197. It can be but my gratitude I earn. Here is the second step we take to free your mind from the belief in outside force pitted against your own. You make attempts at kindness and forgiveness, yet you turn them to attack again, unless you find external gratitude and lavish thanks. Your gifts must be received with honor, lest they be withdrawn. And so you think God's gifts are loans at best, at worst, deceptions which would cheat you of defenses to ensure that when He strikes He will not fail to kill. How easily are God and guilt confused by those who know not what their thoughts can do. Deny your strength, and weakness must become salvation to you. See yourself as bound, and bars become your home. Nor will you leave the prison house or claim your strength until guilt and salvation are not seen as one, and freedom and salvation are perceived as joined, with strength beside them, to be sought and claimed and found and fully recognized. The world must thank you when you offer it release from your illusions. Yet your thanks belong to you as well, for its release can only mirror yours. Your gratitude is all your gifts require, that they be a lasting offering of a thankful heart released from hell forever. Is it this you would undo by taking back your gifts because they were not honored? It is you who honor them and give them fitting thanks, for it is you who have received the gifts. It does not matter if another thinks your gifts unworthy. In his mind there is a part which joins with yours in thanking you. It does not matter if your gifts seem lost and ineffectual. They are received where they are given. In your gratitude are they accepted universally, and thankfully acknowledged by the heart of God Himself. And would you take them back, when he has gratefully accepted them. God blesses every gift you give to him, and every gift is given him because it can be given only to yourself, and what belongs to God must be his own. Yet you will never realize his gifts are sure, eternal, changeless, limitless, forever giving out, extending love and adding to your never-ending joy, while you forgive but to attack again. Withdraw the gifts you give, and you will think that what is given you has been withdrawn. But learn to let forgiveness take away the sins you think you see outside yourself, and you can never think the gifts of God are lent but for a little while, before he snatches them away again in death. For death will have no meaning for you then. And with the end of this belief is fear forever over. Thank yourself for this, for he is grateful only unto God, and he gives thanks for you unto himself. To everyone who lives will Christ yet come, for everyone must live and breathe in him. His being in his Father is secure because their will is one. Their gratitude to all they have created has no end, for gratitude remains a part of love. Thanks be to you, the Holy Son of God, for as you were created you contain all things within yourself. And you are still as God created you. Nor can you dim the light of your perfection. In your heart the heart of God is laid. He holds you dear because you are himself. All gratitude belongs to you because of what you are. Give thanks as you receive it. Be you free of all ingratitude to anyone who makes yourself complete. And from this self is no one left outside. Give thanks for all the countless channels that extend this self. All that you do is given unto him. All that you think can only be his thoughts, sharing with him the holy thoughts of God. Earn now the gratitude you have denied yourself when you forgot the function God has given you. But never think that he has ever ceased to offer thanks to you.
All right, lesson 197. Lesson 197. And it's a good one. Anything else on that one? What do you think? It's a good one, right?
Yeah, it's a good one for sure.
You know, we're talking yesterday how each lesson can set you free if you understand it well enough. And I can it can be but my gratitude I earn, and everything belongs to you. One way of looking at it, everything belongs to you. Everything already belongs to you. We cover up our the goodness within. We cover it up. It's like a light bulb that's covered up with blankets. Our gratitude, our love, our joy, our our responses, our interpretations that are healthy for us are all covered up with damaged and negativity and our interpretations that hurt us. That's darkness. So instead of trying to get additions to it and find stuff out there to help us, we remove the blankets of negativity and let the light that's within shine through. Makes sense? You know, it can be but your gratitude that you earn. It's yours. You already have it in there. We're made as God has made. We're made as God has created us. We're already made perfect.
Amen.
All right. So if there's nothing else, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock and roll.
Okay, I'll get the book up here, sharing.
How you been otherwise? Anything you tell me? Anything new, strange, or different?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know that the last time we were reading in this, I wanted to mention that we're in I think it's shift 9. Shift 9, I am willing to release everything. And this has been, we've we've just started here, but this has been a really good read thus far. And last time you could see I was just
Are you highlighting?
highlighting all
Yeah.
this because it was just so good.
Yeah.
So
All right,
I
cool.
can't wait to get back into it.
You want to read the highlighted portions first, or did we already read this, or do you want to go back to
No, we already read it, so
oh,
we could just kind of, this is the bookmark. So
oh, I see. So why don't you read the
however
highlighted?
you want to do it.
Why don't you read the highlighted portions? We can go over that.
Sure, I'll start there.
Okay.
Okay, we cannot see the love, capital L, in Tommy by ourselves. We need our inner therapist's help.
Inner therapist, for those who haven't heard this, that's the Holy Spirit. That's the inner guide, or whatever you want to call it. That's the voice within, the voice that you don't hear necessarily. I think Rumi said that the inner voice is a voice we don't hear. So it's that voice within that tells you which way is up.
Yeah. So if we try to deny that he was a jerk, we're denying something that we think has really happened. This is an unhelpful form of denial. That is, believing something is real and denying it anyway. True forgiveness means accepting that what you thought happened never really did, because the truth of what we are has remained unchanged.
Exactly. Well, that's what it is.
That's so good too.
Behind the course was, and is within you. Everything's already within you.
Mm,
It hasn't changed. Nothing's changed.
right.
Just this idea that something has changed. Just this idea that something has changed that you put over you, like clouds behind the sun. The sun's still there. The sun hasn't changed. Just our projection and seeing clouds in front of the sun.
Yeah.
And when we put the clouds there, so we're putting clouds in front of the sun. And I'm saying, where's the sun?
Yeah. That's a good example. And I've
And I
heard
think,
that
of course,
the sun blocking the clouds. And I think it was Adi Ashante that said something. I don't know if I'm right about that. Could have been another one of those guys.
mm,
Anyway, something about how when you can have have your sky happening and any kind of weather can come and go, but you're still that sky.
right,
Like it
exactly,
doesn't matter which clouds come through or rain or storm,
right,
there's still that resting in the sky kind
yeah,
of thing. Yeah,
exactly. The stars, everything's within us.
cool.
Everything.
So true forgiveness is about seeing what is true within another person, which is love, capital L, and nothing else. Because like we were talking last program there, that it's about our brothers, we have to see our brothers as ourselves.
Yep.
But first you got to do the inner work too. So, and then it all kind of dominoes, I would think.
Although it's also, I guess it's probably becoming aware that taking the blankets off of the light that's within you, you're taking the blankets off your brother as well.
Yeah.
Becoming aware of that is really all you have to do, because if you try to take the blankets off your brother, you'll end up trying to control him.
Mm,
If that's where your goal is, trying to reach out and do something to your brother.
right. Yeah.
We get in the habit. Oh, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. Can I help you? No. But if you do it if you become aware that doing it to yourself is the same as doing it to your brother, then you focus on yourself, and you'll see how it's affecting others, and you'll have gratitude for being helpful. Because miracles happen to you and to others, whether you know it or not. So there's no reason necessarily, you have the desire to help others, but you do it through helping yourself, through being aware that you're helping others. The awareness, you become aware that you're dreaming. You help others become aware that you're dreaming by becoming more and more and more and more and more and more aware, and then you'll see yourself surrounded by people who are also aware.
Mm.
And you might not move
Yeah.
anywhere. You might it's not like you've been surrounded by people who know they're aware because you've moved to a new area on the planet Earth. Maybe you do, but you probably most likely stay where you are. But somehow you find yourself getting surrounded by people. You might change somehow. The people change somehow. Your awareness helps other people because we're all connected.
Yeah, for sure.
Just remember.
Because let's face it, we don't know what other people are thinking. We just think that everything's like going along with what our story is in our heads, and half the time it's not even that. I test that all the time with Mike. Like we're not even talking about the same thing or
No,
whatever, or how do other people see things? It's this individual experience means it's individual. So although we can sort of empathize with each other, like it's just the ego's crazy.
Yes, exactly. And the ego makes stories of the individual, if you can respect it and sort of see it, as she said up here, it's an unhelpful form of denial, believing something's real and denying it. We have to see, all right, that personality seems real to that person and to me. But I know that if I can connect to that person's innocence, to that person's true spirit, then whatever that person's script is, that's fine. I can, because if I'm connecting to that person's innocence, that person is around me, and I become a source of pleasure for that person. I become a source of happiness for that person. Now that person knows that around me, he can function as an innocent person. No matter what he does, he knows I have his back.
Yeah.
So he experiences now the Christ around me. And then that's as far as I can take it. Yeah, sure. I want the collective. I know the collective. The collective is also experiencing the Christ because of my actions. I can know that it's the ripple effect. You see, so I can't jump. It's like you drop a coin in the lake. The coin stays in the center. You can't jump ripples. So when you're always at the center of your choice, and you ripple outward, but you stay in the center. Your choice stays at the center. And you move to the first ripple, the second ripple moves to the next ripple, and it goes all the way out to the collective consciousness. But it all starts where you made your first choice to help yourself and become aware that it's moving on and on and on and on and helps the collective. Every choice you make helps yourself and everyone else. If it's aware, if it comes from an awareness of love and light.
Yeah, that's
From
good to know.
From what's underneath personality and innocence and guiltlessness. Then the scripts don't matter.
Yeah.
They're just going to happen anyway. There's nothing you can do about them, pretty much. The scripts happen whether you like it or not. So either we accept them and move with them and flow with them, or we're just crushed by them.
Yeah.
And either way, you're okay.
Yeah, right.
Whether you crush, or you flow with them, in the end, you're just going to go, whoa, that was a strange experience.
If even that.
I'm sorry?
If even that, I
Well,
don't know.
yeah,
We may not even we may not even be out of speech.
Oh yeah, well, we might. I'm sure English won't be the first universal language anymore.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are you?
Okay, so we can do this with every situation that arises in our lives. That is seeing what is true within another person, love, and accepting that what you thought happened never really did, because the truth of what we are has remained unchanged. That's a reminder for this one.
Yes,
That's what
you said it was perfect,
repeated
right?
it.
Because the truth is what we are.
Mm.
has remained unchanged.
Yes.
You help others by remembering who you are.
Mm,
Because remembering who you are, is the same thing as remembering who someone else is. There's no
right.
difference. And if you don't know that, then you are making yourself better who you are within the context of separation. You go out there, I want goodness, I want happiness for myself. And so you're perpetuating, whether you know it or not, and most people do this anyway. So it's not like it's just the way we're born into. Most people perpetuate this dream. But if you know that when you get into your spiritual self, that you're helping others as you're helping yourself, then you experience the innocence and the love of God, and you help others do the
Mm,
same thing. And you're not perpetuating the context of separation.
yeah.
Because that member is just in your mind, separation.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all
That's
part of
right.
the separation. The clouds are the separation. And
Mm,
clouds, they're not even really there. They're big puffs of smoke, basically.
yeah.
You know, it looks like you can sit on a cloud, but you can't.
Yeah. They look like you can lay on them, that
Yeah,
they're these
you fall right through. You fall right
really
through.
not nothing.
No.
Yeah, that's amazing. So we can bring everything to our inner therapist for its interpretation instead of our own.
Hmm.
Oh gosh, yeah. Forgiving means that we're willing to release everything to our inner therapist. We're willing to let go of our fixed ideas and beliefs to make room for an experience of miracles. One of my favorite prayers demonstrating this radical forgiveness process comes from Nook Sanchez, the spiritual director of TakeMeToTruth.org.
No, that's just- oh, she's right.
Yeah, she's written some good books, The End of Death, then
Hmm.
the Holy Spirit
Holy relationship.
Manual.
The
Oh,
holy
sorry,
relationship.
Holy Relationships. Thank you. Good.
She has great stuff. She's always had great stuff.
Yeah, they're in the process of writing another one now. Forget what it was called. Okay, so here's the prayer. Do you want to read it, Rev Wayne?
Sure. Sure. Holy Spirit, my inner therapist, please help me to forgive myself for having unknowingly used a person, sickness, pain, self-judgment, etc., to attack myself and to separate from your love as my holy self.
I love that.
Yeah, I remember that. Actually, that was one that I used a lot. I read a long time ago, and I remember that one because it was very it surprised me. I remember because I was the concept of using my sickness to separate.
Yeah.
Because I was sick, and I was like, oh man, I thought I was using. I basically want the sickness for the purpose of separation. As I said just before, I'm putting the clouds there
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I don't see the sun.
Hmm.
I'm the cloud maker. And we use that, and we deal with other people, and we use the people for separation. We're using them because we don't care about their feelings. We don't care how they feel. We want them to help us to stay separate. We care
Yeah.
about them. We care about
Yeah, right.
we want
Yeah.
them to remain. We want them to be confused and hurt and frustrated. All those things that we disguise them as necessary to help themselves get ahead.
Hmm.
If you're in a capitalistic system, you need to be frustrated so you can be competitive and you can see what you got to do to get ahead. You need to feel these tough feelings. You won't be able to compete. Every system is set up that way. In a communist system, they talk about how this is very unifying and all that. Perhaps not though, because usually the people that are in charge are the most persuasive men usually who learn how to control others. And then you end up being part of a large herd of people. Most systems are invented with the idea of control from top down, whether or not you see that or not. Because most systems were created with the idea of being separate from each other and God.
Yeah.
And we're
Yeah.
using each other.
Wow.
We're using each other, and we're using sickness and pain and self-judgment. And that's right there. Those are words. Those are tough words.
Wow, yeah.
We're
That hits. That hits for sure. Wow.
Yeah.
It's like, holy moly, that's so true. We're using the other to be separate.
Imagine if we said this, Holy Spirit, my inner therapist, please accept my gratitude for having unknowingly or for having knowingly used people, sickness and pain and self-judgment to help myself and others.
Mhm.
And separate from to unify with your love as my holy self. I mean, that would be the prayer that you want to pray
Mm,
for, using sickness to attack itself.
yeah.
Sickness
If you're at that level, I think
yeah, I mean,
otherwise you might be skipping or something, doing some.
well, yeah, you have to know that you're facing it. I mean, what I
Yeah,
always,
yeah,
yeah,
exactly. But not just, oh yeah, there's
what
I
I always
think
say
there
is
has to
let them
be
hang out.
experience with it or something.
Yeah, well,
Do you?
you have to let them, hang out. That's what I always say.
You what?
I always say let them hang out with you. Let sickness and pain and
Yeah,
suffering all hang out in
yeah.
the living room. Let them yabber on and blabber on. Just disagree with them. That's all. Whatever they say, just say, no, I disagree with that, and then move on. And eventually they'll realize that they have nothing to say. They have nothing to pump out in terms of information because you're not listening to them.
Yeah.
You're not fighting them at all. You're not even paying attention to them. All you do every once in a while, you're acknowledging that they're saying things that you have no interest in listening to. That you have no agreement with. And eventually, if you have no agreement with thoughts and ideas, and you see them, and then you acknowledge them by saying, "I have no agreement with that." No agreement. Eventually, the things move away. It's like someone knocking on your door, see if you're home. They get louder for a while to see if you're home, and then eventually they'll stop knocking and walk away.
Hmm.
That's what those negative thoughts will do. They get louder and louder and louder and louder and louder until eventually they'll just dissolve.
Wow,
Just
that sure hits home with like how I was talking to Mike about like how did the urge of drinking just go away? Like where did it go, Mike? I said to him because I used to never be able to just drink one drink. Like I can just drink a drink now, like a well, quote unquote normal person. Look at I'm separated, but I just was it's not me. Like I said to him, it wasn't me. I mean, I did do some cognitive behavioral stuff. I took a program, but ultimately, what what made that go away? Like where'd it go?
you fully life. What I would say is you fully observed it. Like, you fully saw what it was, and you fully saw how you captured the light in it. You saw what you wanted from it, and you got that. You got that what you wanted from it without. You realize you can get it without the drinking.
Mm,
Whatever you were looking for, you got without the drinking. So the drinking dissolved. You didn't need it anymore.
yeah, it's crazy,
If you were
eh?
looking for a certain type of energy, you get the energy without the drinking.
Yeah.
So
Mm,
the ego is only fooling you by saying you need this symbol to get what you need.
right.
You realize I don't need that symbol anymore. I can get it without the drinking.
Yep.
I can go straight to the actual end result. So why do you drink? To feel this way, to feel that way. Well, you can feel this way or that way without the booze. I mean, it's not that easy because we all live in a world that's material. And so we all live in seemingly material. And so we all think we need the material stuff to get the good feelings, to get the light, the energy.
Mm,
So and so it's very hard. And so you don't spend most of your time trying to get the light from non-material things because and then you get bogged down and you start getting all bummed out. So you just go, heck with it. I'm gonna get the thing. And then you move on to the next attempt.
Move on to the next dissolve.
Exactly. Yeah. Move on to the next one. You just keep on trying. And then that's about it. You forgive yourself, and you forgive. That's the key. Forgiving yourself for not forgiving yourself for not going for the thing. And so because that's, you're not really here anyhow doing anything wrong or anything at all. And when you wake up from the dream, you'll recognize that. It's like my little brother, my daughter. My fault. My daughter yesterday said how she has dreams often, not often, but she said that she didn't have dreams that she's murdered somebody, and she was very guilty and feels terrible.
Oh, yeah.
And she wakes up and says, "Oh, I didn't murder anybody, thank God." And it's true. Anything we do here,
Yeah, that's so
anything.
good.
And then we're going to wake up and say, "Oh my God, I dreamt about time and space. What the hell was that?" We aged and got older and died. Holy smoke. That was
That's
ridiculous.
cute. It's
You
like,
know?
what the heck?
Yeah,
Oh,
I mean,
wow.
all this is, and then eventually the dream was dissolved, like all dreams do.
Yeah.
At nighttime, you dream, unless you really want to remember it, it just goes away. And then
Yeah.
maybe a feeling comes up once in a while, but that's about it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I was thinking if you can remember it, like
Yeah.
usually I don't even remember them. That's another thing. Like, where does all of that go?
Yeah, all that's probably left over, or whatever feelings, or whatever is left over is whatever is effect it has had on you, unconsciously. Whatever effect it's had on your life. If there was any effect at all that it would have on your life, then that's the effect that it's had. But you don't have any conscious knowing of that.
Yeah.
It's like memories that you've had when you were 2 years old. You don't have any conscious
Right,
knowing of that.
right,
But it
right.
has an effect on you. The choices that you made unconsciously and things that happened to you when you were two. The fact that you don't remember those choices and what happened back then doesn't mean that they didn't have an effect on you today.
Mhm.
It's the same thing with past lives. You don't remember them any more than you remember them when you were two, but they have effects on you today.
Hmm. Ooh,
That's why
so
you can't.
much going
That's why everyone has their
on.
own backstory. Everyone has a large backstory.
Right. Yeah. Worse. Something going on there. There's never a skeleton, never anybody without a skeleton key. What am I thinking? No, skeletons.
Skeletons in the closet.
Yeah.
So,
Skeleton key. That sounds fun too. Okay, should we go? Oh yeah, we read
yeah,
the prayer.
with the prayer.
So it is always we ourselves who need forgiveness. Aha. It is always we ourselves. It's
Exactly.
always us, me, who needs forgiveness because we've identified with ego and constantly call forth witnesses to the ego's existence. Boom.
Exactly.
I like how that's written, even. It is always we ourselves who need forgiveness because we've identified with ego and constantly call forth witnesses to the ego's existence.
What's so cool about that is that you focus on the we, and you don't want to in any way start to coerce anyone else to become following you or following the course, trying to beat everyone. You don't become a course thumper. You know,
Or
you,
thumper.
you
Nice.
and that can happen if you really focus on getting other people to follow the course. Because then next thing you know, you're pushing doctrine. You can find not even knowing it. If someone says, "What's the course about?" And you might. Some people are very good at it. Some people are great at it. I mean, Bob had that summary, which was wonderful. And some people I've read other people's have summaries, and they were wonderful. I know for me, I don't like getting into. I might say sometimes, "Psst, you're dreaming. Just know that," and that leave it at that. You see someone very depressed in a restaurant once. A waitress seemed very, very upset. She seemed to have this look like almost like her dog died or something. I mean, she seemed really upset. So on the check, I gave her a big tip and I said, "Cheer up," and I circled it. That's the kind of thing
Nice.
that I would do.
Mhm.
It was as much for me as it was for her because it made me feel good to do that. That's the reason, and that feeling that I got because I helped her. But I focused on why I did it. Why I did it for me.
Mm.
It's like when I had a theater company, I called it's the ACIM Productions. It's all about miracles. But initially, it was all about me. And I hired everyone to be in the show because I needed people around me. I needed people around me to do the show I was doing. So everyone benefited from it. Everyone benefited on what I wanted to do for myself and others. But I had to put myself there first. I had to, otherwise I would end up trying to control people who I don't know what their scripts are.
Yeah.
I'd be trying to control their scripts and make sure their scripts fell in line with my script. So I started with my script, and then I focus on what's behind their script. I go to my script first, I go behind my script, and then I go behind their script. Let them decide how to use my love and their love for their own script.
Yeah.
Because then they might go anywhere with it. They might decide, not to pick up the phone when I call, or pick up the phone when I call. That's their business.
Right.
Or not answer the door when I knock, or answer the door when I knock. And it's coming from love. That's the way it is. God bless them.
Yeah. Love wouldn't be offended by
No.
an unanswered door.
No, not at all. I had a friend who never, ever called you back, and people were upset with it. And I said, look, just because she has a phone, and doesn't mean that she owes you a phone call back. The phone's for her convenience. It's not for the callers. I mean, you want to call her and she wants to call you back, that's her business. She doesn't want to call you back, that's her business.
Yeah.
And then for the most part, she called me back during certain times when I was working on a show with her. She called you back all the time. So she didn't want to call you back when she wasn't working with you. That's her business. She didn't do it because she hated you. She hates everyone.
Yeah.
She wasn't like
Hates
that.
her kids.
Yeah, she didn't call
Everything.
anyone back. Anyone, not her mother. She everyone said, don't be offended. She doesn't call her mother back. It was just the way she was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Let people live out their script and then that's the hardest thing to do. If you really want to connect with somebody else, connect with yourself, live out your script the way you want to live it out, connect with them and then if you live out your script in any way you want, you're connecting with somebody else's ability to do it the same thing. But you'll be able to enable somebody else to live out their script any way they want by allowing yourself to do the same thing. Because you'll know, it's wonderful to be able to live out my script any way I want. I don't want to take that away from somebody else. My innocence is such a great thing to connect to. It's so wonderful to connect to my innocence that I need to enable I need to connect to others in a way that they can do the same thing.
Yes.
I naturally will do that. It'll just flow out of me.
Yeah. Because
I'm no longer connecting from the context of my personality. I'm aware of my personality from the context of my innocence. I don't even recognize anyone else's personality as a primary connector. The primary connector becomes their innocence. So I have to get to my innocence first. You can't jump over someone else's personality and get their innocence. You go from your innocence to their innocence.
Nice. Yeah. That's nice. I like that. It's not the leapfrogger.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And people think a lot of people do is they say, all right, I want to connect to your innocence. So I want you to do this and be innocent here, be innocent here. But we don't know what innocence is for the person. We really know what innocence is for ours in terms of behavior,
Yeah.
in terms of form. We have to let people and let yourself do whatever you want to do, realizing that Jesus is our defense attorney. He has our back no matter what. And the more you realize that, the more you realize you can do anything you want. Freedom is total here. Total, absolute freedom. And that scares us. We'd rather have a bunch of rules and live in a prison.
Right. Yeah.
Enabling us to kind of not have to worry about a thing. It's those little turtles. Remember the turtle one?
Yeah.
The strings attached to them. We like that. That would be a great way for us to live because then we can do whatever we want and not go anywhere. Well,
Yeah,
shake.
what do they do? Why do they bang into the glass?
Well,
Because
they
they
don't bang.
can't.
They would bang into the glass if they didn't have the strings because they don't have a concept of not moving.
Oh, they're always
They wouldn't.
moving
Yeah, they wouldn't see. They wouldn't know what that glass was, and they would consider it just an obstacle, like a challenge.
and just keep ramming their head.
Exactly.
Jesus, I
So,
see that in my mind sometimes,
yeah,
that
so exactly.
image.
So we do the same thing. We see challenges, and we approach it the wrong way, and think that we're gonna overcome it. We're just banging our head against the wall.
Hmm.
You know. So
Wow.
we ran. The problem is that we choose that. The turtles didn't really choose that. We have choice, and we're choosing to bang our head against the wall. The turtles might be making their own reality up, but they're not really hip to that the way we are, or we can't be hip to that the way we are, at least to our knowledge.
Wow.
So we would like to have those strings on us.
Yeah.
Because this way we can we don't have to think for ourselves. We don't have to connect to
Hmm.
our instincts. We can be guilty and separate and pretend that we're in control of our own lives and sticking it to God the man.
I just thought Pinocchio wants to be a real boy, and I want to be Pinocchio.
Exactly. We don't want to be real people anymore. We want to be Pinocchio. That's true.
It's
We want to
very
be,
interesting.
we want to be nobodies. Well, actually, we are nobodies. We're pretending we're somebody.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Something special, all right.
I tell my kids all the time when they're younger, I said, "You're special just like everyone else."
Yeah, I like that. That's
Yeah.
nice.
And they understood that kind of thing. They didn't understand what that meant as opposed to being special all alone, but they understood it like that it was a nice thing. Whatever it meant, it was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Hmm.
anyway, so we should probably move on. How much time do we have? We have 10 minutes. So
10 minutes, yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
I think I think
when
we
we here?
I think I
Yeah,
think we did that already. I'm sorry. Yeah.
we didn't do that.
No. Okay.
When we use others to keep the love of God, ooh, capital LG, love of God, away from ourselves, we attack ourselves. That's what you were just saying.
Yeah.
When we use others to keep the love of God away, by being willing to forgive ourselves through forgiving others, we can rapidly remove the blocks to our awareness of love's presence. Some mind straightening mantras,
Oh,
right,
those are the
Wayne?
best. Those are the best.
Yeah.
Lions and
This one.
Masters. You can use those. Most of them, the short ones that she's made up, I guess, and all come straight from the course, but they're very helpful. So I mean,
Yeah.
I am willing to forgive myself. It's very straightforward,
Hmm.
but it's very powerful. If you're willing to do it, just I allow myself to be forgiven. I allow myself to be forgiven. I am forgiven.
Hmm.
Imagine walking around like that. This is yesterday,
Yeah.
Berlin.
Yeah.
I don't need to be forgiven. Everyone thinks the whole religion is that we're all guilty and need to be forgiven.
Great.
Well, imagine I don't need to be forgiven.
Wow.
Imagine a Christian says to you, "You need to be forgiven in the streets." And you need to be. No, I don't. I'm totally innocent and before God, and I need not be forgiven. What you're going for, what you think I need to believe this or that to be forgiven. I was born that way.
Hmm.
And watch them look at you like you're nuts.
Hmm.
I don't need the resurrection to be innocent. The resurrection happened because I'm innocent and because he was innocent. And the resurrection would happen. I withhold nothing from my inner therapist. Nothing. Holy Spirit takes control of everything, including your body. Let miracles replace all grievances. Do I want to be right in my judgments or happy that judgment is not up to me?
Yeah, I like that one. I like that do I want to be right or
Yeah,
at peace? I
exactly.
really love that. That is such a, I can say that and sometimes I'm too mad to even hear past it, or I think I'm too mad, but I love that it comes into my mind.
Yeah.
That's what I love. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's
hallelujah, that
yeah,
finally things are dropping in, It's
absolutely.
like,
You're remembering God, essentially.
yeah,
Remembering God, because essentially you want the thoughts of the course to be your thoughts. Yeah, you
right.
make
That's
those
right.
thoughts. You see what I said. You want. I withhold nothing from my inner therapist, and do miracles replace all my grievances. Every thought that you have should be replaced by a thought in the course. It doesn't mean you have to replace your thoughts by memorizing the course, but when you think, you should be thinking like a course student.
Mhm.
Think like somebody who. That's why in the end you don't need the course because you are a walking course student. You are a walking dispenser of thoughts of the course. You are a Christ. Christ is taking over.
Yes.
He's taking over
Oh,
completely. You know,
beautiful.
he is running your ego now. He's battling your ego now,
Hmm.
and he's going to win obviously because it's great.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Hello.
and
Didn't you
then
guys get the memo?
yeah, journal prompt.
Nice.
Think of a person you
Mm,
currently struggle with, someone you have not forgiven. In your journal, write out the prayer on page 135. That was
nice.
more about using people to separate from for purposes of separation, and include the person's name. Repeat the prayer silently to yourself to allow the words to sink in. Write
Mm,
down whatever arises for you and willing to look at it with your inner therapist.
mhm.
And one of the things you can do to look at it with your inner therapist is if a feeling comes up, let's say a feeling comes up of anger. You find it very angry.
Mm,
You suddenly allow the words to sink in, and whatever arises for you, and be willing to look at it with your inner therapist. So look at the feeling, just experience it, just let it be there. You don't push it away, but don't express it either. Don't throw it away. Don't, because expressing it very often, unless you're in some sort of artistic context. But for the most part, when you're expressing it, when you're blaming somebody for it, and you yell at them, or you throw it at somebody, and what you're saying is that you did this. It's your fault. That's what it means. You triggered me, and you triggered me. You did this, and I can get away. And if I get rid of this anger, I can get rid of it. I'm going to give it to you. So if you just lashing out, if you experience that and you see that happening and you're aware of it, you can just, all right, now that I see it happening, I can forgive it. I forgive myself for not experiencing this anger. I forgive myself for not experiencing this desire to lash out. I forgive myself for wanting to experience this anger, so I can separate myself from this person in front of me, and I allow myself to experience it for the purpose of unifying with this person instead.
mm.
And so that's why you're not really pushing the anger away. You're allowing the anger to exist in a safe place, so to speak.
Yeah, exactly.
And the anger
And
eventually,
to be able to look at it, you
yeah,
gotta see it, right? So,
yeah. Anger is not a bad thing if you're in a safe place. When I'm in a show and I'm supposed to be angry, and I get angry, I'm happy on a certain level because I'm fulfilling the script and I know it.
mhm, mhm.
So people, oh yeah, look at him, he looks really angry, and I know that on a certain level, since I know that it's a script, and since I know for sure that I'm on stage, I can be fulfilling. I can be fulfilled because I'm actually fulfilling the script. We don't know that as certain as we do when we're actually in a play, that we're in a play. You know what I'm saying? But if we knew for sure that we were in a play as much as we do when we're on stage, we would be fulfilled no matter what we did or felt. We'd know that we're being hooked up. We're doing the right thing. We're actually fulfilling our script
Mm,
because we are. Everything you're doing is a part of a larger script that's already been fulfilled. That's already happened. So your place in it, all the choices you make, and it's almost to say the free will is scripted. So whatever choice you make is the choice you're always going to make. So make your choices without any seriousness. It's all okay.
mhm.
It's all not serious. The only choice you make is the one that you were always supposed to make. That's why in the personal life, because I was the one that actually made the choice for you, and the choice was always to get you back to me.
Mm. Yeah. Wow. That's amazing to think of, eh?
Yeah.
Oh.
God's everywhere. He's in all your choices. Those are the divine GPS is always on. Which way you
Yeah.
turn, God's got you
Mhm.
back. He's always immediately remapping your where you are, and so you know which way to go to your home.
Mm. That's beautiful.
I'm talking a lot. I'm talking a lot. So
No, I love that. It was great.
we have 3 minutes left. You want to read on, or do you want to play a song, or what?
I could play a song. Sure.
We play a song. It should be. You want
I'll try to get a short song.
and it should be something that's not.
I was gonna play Let It Be, but not just pick a cover of it. Let It Be,
do
but
a cover. Do a cover. That's good. That would be
yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna pick one at random, okay?
okay. Well, if it's a cover, there should be no copyright problems, I would imagine.
Well, that's what I thought if we do a cover.
Yeah.
Like Let It Be Goot's cover. This should be okay.
All right. Let it be, mirrors. Mirrors everywhere, Mom. Let it be. Let it be.
Okay, I'm gonna share
Good
my
advice from Mother Mary.
just sharing my sound. All right, here we go.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the broken-hearted people living in the world agree, there will be an answer, let it be. For though they may be parted, there is still a chance that they will see. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, oh let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be. Let it be, let it be, oh let it be, let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh let it be. Whisper words of wisdom, let it be. And when the night is cloudy, there is still a light that shines on me. Shine until tomorrow, let it be. I wake up to the sound of music. Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be, oh let it be, oh let it be. There will be an answer, let it be.
Let it be, everyone. Good advice. Just let it be. Take it easy and have a good time. And what else is there? Thanks, everyone. God bless you all. This is Bruce everywhere. Thanks, Audrey. A pleasure as always. And I'll see y'all when I see you this Thursday. I'll see you then. God bless. Peace.
Thank you, Wayne and Ozzy. What a wonderful program. And I so appreciate that you're doing this.